is for you if you've prayed all your fard prayers in Ramadan but are struggling to keep up with that habit after Ramadan has finished. Assalamu alaikum Bliifeans, you're watching Bliifee, the place to be for bringing a balance to your lifestyle with deen and dunya. Let's get started with how to continue praying all your prayers even after Ramadan has finished. The first step is to recognize that it is not impossible. How can I say this without even knowing you? Well, that's because you did it in Ramadan. If you did it in Ramadan, then it is definitely possible for you to do it after Ramadan too. We just need to make a few changes which we'll discuss in the next sections of the video. But before we move on to those, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and let's go. Now, after you recognize that it is completely possible for you to pray all your fard prayers every day even after Ramadan, you need to check what exactly is holding you back from praying all of them after Ramadan has finished. Let me make it easier for you by asking a simple question. What's there after Ramadan that isn't there in Ramadan? Food? No. More time? No. Oh, I know. It's shaitan. Correct. Shaitan is locked during Ramadan and is out after Ramadan. So maybe we should blame shaitan, right? Well, not really. While he does try to stray you away from the path, it's up to you to choose whether to follow him or not. Every time it's time to pray, it's literally a battle between you and shaitan. And you know what you have to do in this battle? You have to win it, silly! Okay, so Bliifee, can you already tell us what to do? Okay, I'm telling you. Once you've realized that you've got to win this battle between yourself and shaitan, look back at your prayer habits in Ramadan. Ask yourself, what made you pray? What made you get up once you heard the azan? What made you do all your prayers? For some of us, it may be that our friends and family were praying, so we joined them. It may be that you wanted to collect as many rewards as possible. Or it might be that you thought that if you did not pray, then Allah would get angry at you. You may have more than one reason that made you pray in Ramadan. So once you figured those out, find out what has changed. Have your friends and family stopped praying after Ramadan, which made you stop too? Is it because the rewards aren't the same after Ramadan has ended? Whatever the reason might be, you need to see how you can control this. You might not be able to get your friends and family back to praying again at this stage, but look at what other things you can control and understand. You can change the motivation that made you pray. This is really important because without a proper motivation to pray, it'll be hard to continue the habit of praying your fard prayers on time. Things change, people change, seasons change. So all those things should not be a reason for us to pray. No matter what changes here, the one thing that never changes is Allah and your responsibilities as a Muslim. Your main reason to be praying should be because Allah asked you to pray to Him 5 times a day. According to a hadith, the Prophet ﷺ said that the prayer is a thin line that separates the Muslims from the non-Muslims. It is also our second pillar of Islam after the Shahada. Without this pillar, our identity as a Muslim can fall. So these need to be your reasons to pray because Allah asked you to and because you're a Muslim. Now that you've gone through these steps, the main thing to keep in mind is that now the shaitan is constantly going to try to make you miss your prayers. All the excuses that come to your mind when it's time to pray are literally from him. Do you know any examples? Just one more game and I'll pray. Just one more game, you still have time.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Uh-oh, time's up for prayer. Let's just pray from tomorrow. Okay, one more example, just one more, okay? Okay, so I have to cook, clean, wash the clothes because guests are coming.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
I'll pray after the guests go. Sounds familiar? The shaitan doesn't tell us don't pray. He slowly puts you in a situation where you finally decide not to pray. He starts telling you to give more importance to unimportant things. Remember this, literally nothing and no one is more important than your prayer. Prayer cannot wait. You have set times for prayers and these timings are set by Allah Himself. It is a time to meet Allah. It is a meeting between you and Allah. And Allah has already set the timings of these meetings for us. Who are you and I to change these timings? We are so used to delaying our prayers and missing them and giving more importance to other things that we don't realize that these things are not going to help us on the day of judgment. If your boss set a meeting time with you, would you dare to change the timing as you wished? Probably not. And Allah is our biggest boss. I mean, He runs the world. He provides for you, takes care of you. And don't you think you should be sticking to those timings and showing up to the meetings? So remember that worshipping Allah exists out of Ramadan too. Also, there may be situations where you don't feel like praying and that's okay. But don't let that stop you from praying. We all have our ups and downs in Iman and that's totally fine. The main thing here is to keep going regardless. In fact, those are the moments that it is the most important to keep praying your prayers on time. And even if you miss a prayer due to forgetfulness or sleep, then make sure to pray it and make up for the missed prayer. Don't let one prayer lead you to missing more prayers. That's a trick of shaitan, so do all you can to beat all of his tricks. And instead of trying to fit your prayers into a busy schedule, what you gotta do is to schedule your day around your prayer times. In Ramadan, a lot of us dedicate our time to worship, and so it's not very hard to pray on time. But after Ramadan, we begin to put our prayers below other priorities, and that's when it becomes hard. If you add up the time it takes to pray all your prayers in one day, it comes to 30 to 60 minutes max. We have 24 hours in a day, and I'm sure you can take out at least 1 hour from that to pray to Allah. Once again, do it for Allah, do it for yourself, and do it as a Muslim. And inshallah, you can get back to praying all your prayers on time just like you were doing it in Ramadan. Comment below what other topics you want me to make videos on for you, inshallah. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe because it helps me make more videos for you. And until next time, live your beliefs and stay tuned to Bliifee. And until next time, live your beliefs and stay tuned to Bliifee. Away from the path, if your boss